first and foremost, thanks to all of you for coming, and truly, people are coming from all over the world, different parts, different locations, different time zones, and we're incredibly appreciative for all of you to be here. So let me first by saying welcome. If this is the first time you've been with us, terrific, welcome. We'd love to have you. If this is the however many times you've been here, 4-ish times, if we count all of history, again, thank you for coming, participating, and continuing to add to this sort of growing conversation. So officially, this is the third L.I.F.E conference on faith and entrepreneurship. And again, we have many, many different people coming. We have a number of practitioners here. Awesome. Thank you. We're pleased that you're here. On the scholarly side, we have PhD students all the way to very senior scholars. So we have PhD students where this might be the first time you've interacted with the topic. Terrific. We have PhD students or former PhD students that have come through not only the conference, but also participated in other things. So people like Andrea Sottini are with us today, who has done like a postdoc with us here. All the way to the senior scholar side. And again, we have people that are first timers with us. So Ute Stefan is coming today, and we appreciate her being here. To people like Lowell Busenitz, who has been with us truly from the very beginning, and let this be the first but not the last book plug. Lowell has recently written a book called Soul Work. So again, wherever you're coming from, that's terrific. We have some 170 people that will be joining us throughout the day, coming from something like 15 different countries. So wherever your starting place is, terrific. We are thrilled that you're here. My name is Brett Smith, and I serve as the founding director for our L.I.F.E Center. L.I.F.E for us means leading the integration of faith and entrepreneurship. And I'm located here at Miami University in Oxford, Ohio. Based on the generosity of donors, we've been able to raise a number of dollars that help us put on all of the programming that we do, and do that at obviously no cost to you guys. We'll talk about some other things that we have upcoming this summer, but we are, again, delighted to have you here. At a high level, there's really one primary goal for the conference. The goal is this: to simply open pathways or to broaden pathways to high quality research at the intersection of faith and entrepreneurship. Of course, interest in this space is not new. We can date back as far as you want to William James, or we can go back to Max Weber, or we can go to any number of people, Durkheim and others that have studied this space. But there is something that's different. There is a resurgent interest that is going on where people are increasingly not only bringing faith into entrepreneurship, but doing it at the highest quality. And we're encouraged to see that this is continuing to happen in, for example, FT50 journals. And we're seeing lots of great rigorous research in this space. And our point today is to just simply, wherever you're coming from, meet you at where you're at and try and help you take a next step, whatever that step looks like for you. So if that's to make a contact here, awesome, make a contact. If that's to engage in a conversation with someone, terrific, that's great. If that's to start to spark an idea or a research idea and move it forward, awesome. This is not the first of its kind. I see Tom Lumpkin joining us, and we steal graciously from work that he has done in social entrepreneurship as a way to try and stimulate conversation. And in this emerging area, whatever we call it, a subfield, a subdiscipline in faith and entrepreneurship, we're just trying to make it more available for people wherever they're coming from, whatever their starting point is. A little bit of history. As I said, this is the third year that we've done the conference. If we go back in time just a bit, 2019 at actually the Social Entrepreneurship Research Conference, we did a PDW and said, well, let's do it and see if anyone shows up. And so it was Jeff McMullen and Mitch Newbert and Yolanda Saracen and Benjamin Lichtenstein and myself and Michael Conger. And we said, let's just offer a session. And we had some 100 people show up. And we're like, okay, maybe there is, emerging interest. And so over the last 3 years, starting in 2021, we did a virtual conference and have had somewhere in the range of 150 or so scholars each year show up. In the first year, it was really a series of conversations. As I reached out to many of you on this Zoom, I said, hey, would you be interested in the conversation? And because we're academics, the universal response was, I'm not working on anything in that space. And I said, that's not what I asked. It's just, can you step into this conversation? And so we started with a series of conversations around a number of topics. We also had keynote speakers from Jeff McMullen and Roy Sotheby, and have sort of continued that. Last year, we really wanted to extend the participation to doctoral students in particular. So we actually had a research pitch competition and have really worked hard to include PhD students as an important part of the conference. This year, as you'll see, we're trying to broaden it, but we're broadening it in a slightly different way. We're starting to expand beyond the discipline of entrepreneurship. So an awful lot of us think about entrepreneurship, but we know it's very multidisciplinary. And lots of great research comes from other areas: psychology, sociology, economics, to name a few of the major disciplines. And so today we'll do more of that. And we'll talk about our keynote speaker, Ken Pargament, in just a bit to help us really do that. So again, wherever you're coming from, today is the third time. If it's your first time, great. If it's your third time, terrific. We're appreciative that you're here. As we open pathways, this is really one of a couple of things that we're trying to do. So the conference is a starting point, but we hope not an ending point. In addition to the conference, last year we started a PhD seminar. So with Melissa Carden at the University of Tennessee, with David Townsend at Virginia Tech, we offered a one-day PhD seminar, and a number of people that are actually on this call were a part of that. And they have been encouraged, recruited, volunteered, some combination of those things to help participate today. And you will see a number of those people as moderators, but I really want to call them out because they're gracious helpers, but they're also doing great work. So that includes Trevor Israelson, who's at University of Victoria and has accepted a position and will be going on to Penn State University. Becca Arwine, who is at the University of Tennessee. Ashley Roccapiori, who just defended her dissertation. Like, that deserves a little, like, yeah, we've all been there. We know that's important. Ashley is also at the University of Tennessee and headed to Auburn University in the fall. Sean Dwyer, who is at Baylor, and Kylie Heels, who is at University of Alberta. And actually, we're fortunate she will be coming to visit us as a faculty starting in a full-time position this fall. So these are 5 of the people that were part of the PhD seminar last year. We will offer this one-day PhD seminar again this summer. So on the 3rd of August, the Thursday before Academy of Management in Boston, we will again host a one-day PhD seminar. So if you know of people that might be interested, feel free. We'll put in the chat the way to apply to that. And we will continue to have other scholars help us with that. Stephanie Fernhaber from Butler and her great work on international entrepreneurship will be there, as will many other scholars. Secondly, we're doing a postdoc. So if people are interested in continuing to do this work, we are hosting postdoc students here at Miami. Again, to the degree that's of interest, great. More importantly, if you showed up today, something is valuable to you, because we will also be hosting the evening of August the 3rd. We will be hosting a social, so a life social, where we can move from virtual to actually meet and have conversations in person. If you're here today, you'll get an email about it. You'll hear about it, but we'll be hosting it in Boston in conjunction with the Academy of Management conference this summer. Lastly, we also have a bibliography. So again, the idea is, how do you make it easier for someone who's interested in this space to step into this work? So Amanda Lawson, who is the assistant director here, has been working to update a bibliography. She'll share that in the chat, but if you see pieces that you want included, please let us know. If you want to use that, by all means, it is there for anyone who steps into this space. So Those are a couple of the things that we're trying to do here at the Life Center to try and make work more available, more accessible, more able for anyone who wants to step into this conversation to do great research at this sort of intersection. Okay, enough of that. Let me get to the agenda for today. So today's agenda, we will kick off in just a moment with a keynote talk that I will introduce. Again, the idea there is to start to broaden our understanding of great research that has already been done in this space. Often we're like, oh, faith and entrepreneurship, that'll be too hard. It's like, yes, but in psychology and sociology and economics, there are rich literatures that have been done here. So we're not starting at scratch, and we'll talk about that in just a moment. We'll move into a state of the field. So we will have Catherine Pavlovich and Jorn and myself will do a quick conversation about like, what does the state of the field look like at faith and entrepreneurship research right now? As we move into later this morning and early this afternoon, we'll have concurrent panels. So we will have panels on institutional theory and social entrepreneurship, concurrent panels where you can pick which one you want to go see. And then following those, we'll have one on identity and one on entrepreneurial action. Again, concurrent panels with lots of wonderful scholars that will be contributing their conversations to this. There is if you received it in your email, there is a full agenda. It's also in the chat about following any of these things. And then we'll conclude today with a theory development workshop where Greg Fisher and Glenn Kreiner will walk us through what does it look like to do conceptual and empirical work in this space.